So the theme for this practice is commitment. And I'm going to pose a challenge to you, which is that we are all constantly bombarded and distracted all day long, every day, by virtue of the fact that we carry these little tiny phones in our hands. And for better or for worse, that is our life. That is our current existence. So I am going to challenge you for the next 30 minutes to turn off your phone. Not just put it on Do Not Disturb and have the screen still glowing next to you, but literally hit that off button that you probably never turn off. Turn it off, put it somewhere else, and focus entirely on what we're going to do today. It's really hard. And it's really hard to cultivate a sense of commitment because sometimes you just don't want to. Sometimes you don't want to rise to the occasion. And this practice teaches us how to exercise the mental muscle and the spiritual muscle of being committed even when you don't want to. So come to a comfortable seat, and we're going to start with breath of fire. So if you've never done this kind of breathing, it's really simple. You just focus on a quick exhale, and the inhale happens passively. Okay, so it sounds like this, out through the nose. Okay, so lift the arms up into a big V shape. You can have your thumbs up like you're giving someone a thumbs up. Take a deep breath in, close your eyes, and begin. Now, if you're newer to this breath, it might be a much slower rhythm. That's fine. You move at the pace that's comfortable for you. Last exhale, take a big breath in and a full breath out. Rest your hands in your lap, palms facing up. Take a big breath in and a full breath out. Stretch the arms up, big V shape, thumbs up. Inhale and begin breath of fire. Quick exhale, drawing the belly back, helps push the breath out. If you have allergies, this is a really good thing to do. It'll get everything going. You might even find that you need a tissue. Great. Keep going. 10 more seconds. No stress or strain, even though it's very active breathing. Keep the pace comfortable, and that's it. Big breath in. Full breath out. Rest your hands in your lap. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Last one. Arms up. Inhale and begin. Stay tall through the spine. You might even find that you're a little bit more comfortable with making the pace faster. Go for it. It's going to serve us really well, creating this deep heat from inside the body, just stoking the fire of your commitment, the itcha, the will, the desire in the belly. And that's it. Take a big breath in and a full breath out. Rest your hands in your lap with your palms facing up. Roll your shoulders back. Inhale and exhale. Blink your eyes open and slowly transition into downward facing dog. So we have blocks handy. We're going to use we'll use one block throughout, not right now, but in a little bit. Okay, so just normal warm up for downward facing dog. Pedaling, wiggling your hips, whatever you feel like you need to do to find clarity in your down dog. And as you're shifting and exploring and feeling where you're at today, start to wake up this commitment in your hands. And specifically, I want thumb and index finger rooted. Squeeze the hands in, squeeze the forearms in, squeeze your triceps in, externally rotate the upper arms. And then start to play with the energy in your legs. So lift your heels up just a bit and bend your knees. Spread your pinky toes and the toe next to it away from the rest of the toes. Feel the outer arches lift. Hug your shins in without letting the knees knock in toward one another. And press the inner thighs back and widen them apart. The low back will curve in and up. Keeping the low back curving in and up. Lift the hips very high away from the shoulders, so there's tons of length in your spine. And then if you have the freedom in your hamstrings to stretch your legs straight, do it. Nice big breath in and a full breath out. Take another big breath in, look forward, and exhale, step, step, or hop your feet to your hands. If you're ready to hop, go for it. Lengthen on the inhale, forward fold on the exhale. Inhale and rise all the way up to stand, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale your hands to your heart. Here's where the block comes into play. Go ahead and grab the block, and let's place the block at the narrowest width in between your thighs, about 2 fingers width distance away from the pubic bone. Squeeze the block. And notice right away with the boundary of the block, you can feel that level of commitment turn on in your legs. Keep hugging the block. Inhale, stretch the arms up. As you exhale, forward fold and press the block toward the back of your mat. Inner spiral in the legs. Inhale, half lift and lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale and forward fold over your legs. Keep squeezing the block. Inhale and rise to stand, arms up, maybe look up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Go ahead and grab the block and switch position. So you're going to turn it to the medium width in between your shins. Place it closer to the knees than to the ankles on the bulbous part of your calf muscle. If you're a little bow-legged, you're going to hug from the back of your shin more than the front of your shin. So it's muscle hugging block instead of shin or bone hugging block. Feel that. Stability in the lower leg. Keep the upper thighs fired. Press the inner thighs back. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Can you keep the legs turned on the whole time as you forward fold? And that's the work today. Kneecaps lift as you inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale and forward fold. Squeeze the block. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hands to the heart. Go ahead, get rid of the block one time through half sun salute without props, but working the legs as if they were still there. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold back in. Beautiful. Inhale, rise to stand. Keep your legs strong and committed. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale and stretch up. Exhale, forward fold. Lengthen on the inhale. Plant your hands and step to downward facing dog. Just a breath or two to find your downward facing dog. Committed in your hands, thumb and index finger root, committed in the legs, shins hug in, tops of the thighs press back and widen apart. Inhale and lift the right leg up. Exhale the right foot forward for Virabhadrasana 2. Spin your back heel flat and rise up. Root your feet down a ton and squeeze them toward one another. Imagine you still have the block between your shins, squeeze them straight in toward one another, and then press your inner thighs back and widen them apart. That creates space for you to root your tailbone down. Keep your legs steady. So the work is keep your right thigh where it is right now. Reverse warrior. Inhale, stretch up and back, up and back. Tina demos it beautifully, but keep lifting the right hip point away from the right thigh. So the stretch really originates in the pelvis. Inhale back to warrior 2. As you exhale, Parsva Konasana, side angle, forearm to the thigh or fingertips down. And I don't care about the placement of the hand today. It can be inside the foot or outside of the foot. Extend the left arm over your head, sort of on a high diagonal in the direction that your head is facing. Look down toward your belly and move the top of the left thigh back as you move your belly back. Now squeeze your feet together more, scoop your buttocks under, and spin the heart up toward the ceiling. It's the commitment in the legs that leads to deep opening in the upper body. Take one more full inhale. Exhale, both hands to the floor. Inhale to plank pose, hold and pause. Lift the belly, firm the thighs, spread your pinky toes, keep the heart open, back to downward facing dog. Just 3 breaths. Pedal, wiggle, whatever you need to do, and then find those places of commitment. Certainly thumb and index finger rooted, but activate through your legs. Hug the shins in, firm the thighs and press the inner thighs back and widen them apart. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale the left foot forward for Virabhadrasana 2. Rise up. And remember, these physical actions are an indication of the theme. And we know we're constantly in a state of split focus. It's just the nature of our world. So this time that you can carve out where you're singularly focused becomes like a ritual, becomes like this sacred time for you because it's completely different than the rest of the waking hours you spend. Squeeze the feet together, firm the thighs, inhale, reverse warrior. Keep your left thigh descending toward the floor, femur more parallel with the floor, lifting from the left hip point. Beautiful. Inhale, come back to warrior two. Parsvakonasana, side angle. So Tina has fingertips to the inside of the left foot. She's going to quickly demo left forearm to the left thigh as a variation. So those of you who aren't quite as open, it's early in the practice, you can certainly bring your forearm to your thigh. Go to your full form, Tina. Keep widening the inner right thigh toward the back wall or toward the back of your mat as you bend deeper into the left thigh. Spin your belly up toward the ceiling. Take a big breath in. Exhale, both hands to the floor. Simply find plank. Step back, engage. Not going anywhere. We're not going to chaturanga. We're not going to down dog right now. We're just right here. Can you relax your jaw? Can you activate your legs a little bit more by pressing the inner thighs up? And if you can't, put your knees on the floor so that you can. The pelvis is buoyant, the sides of the waist are buoyant, and make your breath more present. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose with that gentle tone at the back of your throat. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale. Bend your knees, look forward. Step, step, or hop, feet to hands. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Take a peek at your feet. I always favor feet sit bone distance apart. Tina's working them a little bit narrower than that. If you're comfortable with your feet together, that is fine, but always feel free to take your feet wider, as wide as you need. Inhale and rise to stand. Arms up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Come back to your block. And if you're not working with a block, don't worry about it. So block between the thighs first. What you have to do if you're not working with a block, if you don't have the prop, is just work the actions more. So as if you had a block in between your thighs, hug your legs to the midline so you feel your inner thighs tone. It's just harder without a block, without having the boundary. Hug in like crazy, with or without block. Inhale and stretch the arms up. Exhale, forward fold over your legs. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Plant the hands and either waddle back while you demonstrate waddling back to plank, or you can take a few hops back to plank pose. Press the block up as you squeeze it. So friends not using the block, you're just hugging legs to the midline and spiraling the inner thighs to the ceiling. Exhale, lower forward and down, chaturanga. Knees, plank is fine. Lower your pelvis to the floor for a cobra pose. Point your feet like crazy. Pull the inner arm and the outer shoulder blade back. Keep squeezing the block and trying to press it up toward the ceiling. Yes! And back to downward facing dog. There's no fidgeting really in the legs here. Hug the thighs in and press them back. So like if you have the block, you're pressing the block behind you. Beautiful. Now either next exhale, you're gonna kind of waddle forward as we did on the way back, or you'll take a few hops or one hop, feet to hands. Lengthen on your inhale, fold on your exhale. Inhale and rise to stand. Exhale, hands to the heart. Shifting the block to the position between the shins, so the medium width in between the bulbous part of the calf muscle. And the block serves as this wonderful reminder, right? And even just focusing your energy to hugging your shins into a single pointed focus, it's a reminder of how to commit, to exercise that mental muscle of being fully present with one action. Inhale and stretch the arms up. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, lengthen. Plant your hands, waddle or hop back, as many hops as you need. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale into your back bend. Might be cobra, might be upward facing, but you are going to hold here and squeeze the block more. Try to spread your pinky toes more. Yes. And then press back to down dog. In down dog, Spread the pinky toe and the one next to it. Hug the shins in like crazy. And pressing the thighs back will just be a byproduct of that at this point. We've warmed up the muscles. If we can really create the stability in the lower leg, the upper thighs will open. Take one more big breath in. Bottom of the exhale, step, step, or hop, feet to hands. Squeeze the block. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Friends, not working with the block, lift and spread your toes. That'll create the same action in your shins. Rise to stand. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Release the block. Everybody lift and spread the toes. Keep the pinky toes lifted, but lower your big toe down to the floor and feel how the outer shin immediately gets called to action. You can use this as much or as little as you want for the rest of the practice, really keeping the commitment in the lower leg. You might not need to. Also, your muscles might get fatigued, but it's a wonderful way to trigger that same block response from the shins. Inhale and stretch the arms up. One time through Surya A, flow. Exhale, forward fold. Lengthen on the inhale. Plant your hands, step, step, or hop. Lower down. Inhale into your back bend, Bhujangasana, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Breathe deeply. Notice maybe where the commitment is wavering in your body. Is it your hands? Is it your mind, right? Totally fine, without judgment, easy, effortlessly. Encourage your focus to come back to what you're doing in your body. Inhale and lift the right leg up. Exhale, right knee to your chest and place the foot in between your hands. Back heel flat. Rise to warrior two. And straighten the right leg for Trikonasana, triangle pose. So squeeze the legs together as you fold out over your right leg. Try to remember the actions of the block. So the shins hugging straight into the midline, the inner thighs pressing back and widening apart. And that creates a deeper curve in your low back. So really scoop your tailbone under as if you had a right tailbone. The action's more on the outer right hip scooping under. From your outer left hip, press down into your left heel and lengthen through the right side of your waist. Take a big breath in, full breath out. Bend your right knee and look at the floor for Ardha Chandrasana. And you could use a block or float the left leg up, half moon pose. Or Tina is going to demo bending the right knee pretty significantly so that the floor is easier to reach. Okay, that's the variation for not using a block. Stretch your right leg straighter. Activate your left leg. And imagine that your left shin was pushing down slightly as your inner, and sometimes you'd fall out. As your inner left thigh lifts up, especially when you're facing a white wall, which is not the easiest thing to use for balance. Take a big breath in. Both hands to the floor, square your hips for what we call standing splits, but it can be many, many different variations. Your hands might be way far out in front of you. Your right knee might be bent a little bit or a lot. That's the modification. Or you're walking your hands pretty close to your right shin as Tina's doing, maybe wrapping your right forearm behind your right calf, which I really like that variation. Maybe the left hand follows, but it's not necessary. Now, chance for you guys who play with handstand to take a breath here and then plant your hands, arms straight and strong, heart open, and start to play with kicking up. Just flirt with it, little kick-ups, nothing major. And Tina's demoing this little kind of donkey kick or like a stag kick where you keep the lifted leg straight and then the other foot just kind of meets the inner thigh. So that's a really nice way to play with it. And then find just Uttanasana, forward bend. Friends who are still in standing splits, lower left leg down next to the right. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale and forward fold. Good. Bend your knees, Utkatasana, chair pose. We're going to do it a little bit of a different way. So come out of your chair slightly. Sit way far back in your heels. Really reach your hands forward as you move your hips back. Excellent. Take a nice big breath in. Exhale, forward fold over your legs. Lift and lengthen through the spine. Plant your hands, step, step, or hop back through plank chaturanga, back bend to downward facing dog. So your own pace. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Open your mouth, exhale. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, the left foot forward, right in between your hands. Spin your back heel flat and come on up for Virabhadrasana 2. Stretch the left leg straight. And 2 little shifts happen in your pelvis for triangle. So stick your butt out and then pull the left hip back underneath the right as you fold out. Keep the base of the left big toe rooted. Scissor the legs together so the shins hug in, the inner thigh spiral back and apart. And explore rooting down from the right hip to the inner right heel, the outer right heel, to lengthen the left side of the waist more. Legs are so stable and strong. One more breath. Look at the floor. Ardha Chandrasana. Modified is a knee bent a lot with the hand on the ground or the block. All the block does is lift the floor up to you. So you can certainly bend your knee and bring the floor closer to you as well. Imagine there was a block on your inner right shin. Push down into the block to actually lift the inner right thigh higher. Scoop the left buttocks under and take your right shoulder back. Open up a bit more. Take a full inhale. Exhale, both hands to the floor. Square the hips. You're already in a splits, okay? Those of you who want to go deeper, you'll walk in a little closer to your left leg, grab left ankle with left hand, maybe the forearm wraps behind, maybe you lift your inner right thigh up a little higher. Handstand, friends, we were playing handstand, plant your hands. We have 2 to 3 more breaths. Play with kicking up, just little stag kicks, just playing. Starting to play with getting weight into the hands. No pressure. Take 1 more big breath in. Everybody exhale into Uttanasana, forward fold over your legs. Lengthen and fold. Bend your knees, Utkatasana, but I'm really working on getting us to be in a chair that is aligned from the ground up, meaning the knees are over the ankles. So come out of your chair slightly, stick your butt way far back, like you're trying to get all the way into your heels and like push a drawer closed behind you. Yes. And then bring your fingertips into touch one another, like you're holding a little orb or you're like an evil cartoon character. Push your fingertips into one another. Feel your chest expand and your waist expand. 1 more big breath in, and come all the way up to stand. Release the arms. Okay, so for those of you who do have a handstand practice, I want to get in a quick handstand. You can come against the wall and play with kicking up. We've done that many times before. There's also going to be a tutorial on this on the site, so you can click over to that if you want, or just some more little pike kicks. I'm going to spot Tina. So downward facing dog to start. The commitment that's required always is hands rooted, arms straight and strong, shoulder blades on your back. Those 3 points essential so that the heart can melt, so the heart can be open. But what's also essential is the commitment in the legs. So 1 foot steps in and the other leg lifts up. And we can demo it here pretty clearly. She's going to push down into my hand to float the other leg up. And that's all the legs. And I'm just going to give her a pretty clear spot here. Breathe as deeply as you can, whether or not you're doing the little pike kicks to flirt with it, or you're holding your handstand against the wall. And in your time, just slowly come down. Rest either in a child's pose or downward facing dog. And give yourself 3 deep breaths. Come forward onto your hands and knees. We're going to take lizard lunge. So right foot forward and nice and wide. Hands to the inside. And just 3 breaths here. So you might fold in, you might just stay up on your hands. Blocks are not required for this, but some people like blocks as an intermediate step. Again, to lift the floor up to them, you can put your blocks on, your forearms on blocks. Either staying as low as you are, coming back up onto your hands, reach back with your right hand to grab your left foot for the thigh stretch. Work the legs again. So here, you're still scissoring the legs together. The front heel and the back knee, they scissor toward one another. That gives you the power to move your belly back and the top shoulder back and the head back. Take 1 more inhale. Release the foot. Switch sides. So you can simply come through down dog to switch, or step forward to switch, or if you really want to plank chaturanga, go for it. Lizard, left foot forward and wide, hands to the inside of the left foot, lowering your torso down to whatever degree you can. Staying as low as you are or coming up onto your hands, reach back with the left hand to grab the right foot, legs still committed. Front heel, back knee, hug in. Move your belly back, top shoulder back. Take your head back, open up. Take a full inhale, full exhale. Release the foot, downward facing dog. And lower down onto your knees. We're gonna take one camel pose. So stand on your knees, and if your knees are sensitive, you can put a towel underneath them or a blanket, extra padding. If you have a block, bring it in between your thighs. It's not required. Again, if you don't have a block, you're just gonna do the actions more meticulously. Squeeze the knees toward one another so you feel your thighs hug to the midline, and hug the block if you have it. Bring your hands behind your back, lift up through your chest, and curl back. And maybe you grab your heels. Keep hugging the legs to the midline. Stay committed in your legs so we create a freedom in the low back. We're not compressing the low back. We're giving the low back all the support it needs. Take one more full breath in. Stay as you breathe out. Lead with your heart as you come up. Remove the block if you have it. Point your feet and sit back on your heels for Vajrasana, lightning bolt pose. Close your eyes, take a big breath in. And a full breath out. We're gonna come to sit in Sukhasana, which is just a simple, easy seat. So sit down with your right shin crossed in front of your left shin. Bring your fingertips behind you and sit up tall. Twist to the right, left hand to the outside of the right knee. The right knee pushes forward so that the right hip stays in line with the left hip. Inhale to grow tall. Exhale to twist. Inhale, tall. Exhale, twist. Inhale back to center. Switch the cross of your legs. Left shin in front. Twist to the left. Big breath in. Inhale to lengthen your spine from base to crown. Exhale, twist. Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale. Unwind, untwist. Stretch your legs straight out in front of you. We're going to take a wide Paschimottanasana. So feet are hips distance or a little wider. Bend your knees a bit so you can grab your feet. Belly and thighs touch. Tina's pretty open, so she doesn't really need the bend in the knees, but I'm going to have her maintain it. Those of you who are not quite as open, you're going to have your knees quite bent. It might not feel like much of a forward fold. The forward fold is happening at the pelvis and not in your thoracic spine. That's what I'm mostly interested in. Tuck your chin slightly, but lift your chest toward your chin so the heart moves forward. Press out through the base of the big toes as you spin the inner thighs toward the floor. Take one more full inhale and a full exhale. Inhale and come back up and find a comfortable seat. So we're going to take a very brief meditation to close our practice. And the meditation is this. You are going to hear the sound Om in your head, like it's off in the distance in the next room, okay? And as your mind wanders, lovingly, effortlessly, you just remember that Om is playing in the other room and you come back to that sound. Okay, so close your eyes, take a deep breath in and a full breath out. And just start to hear that sound, Om. Don't say it to yourself. It's like someone's chanting it in the room next door. Exercise our commitment muscle, coming back to focusing on that sound of Om. Take a deep breath in and breathe out through your mouth. And just let go of hearing the sound of Om. Let it fade. Bring your palms together in front of your heart and let this single focus, this commitment you cultivated in this practice, set the tone for your day. Lift your heart toward your thumbs. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bow your head to your heart. Namaste.